Do you know that I was living out my locker? I used to steal clothes from the clothing stores,
I had no clothes, so it was like either wear her clothes or go dirty.
put the clothes in my locker so that you wouldn't take them at home.
I wanted to be smart. I wanted to achieve something. I wanted to show people, and my kids did it. God has a way. I know we see things different, but although I was using you all to keep me alive, I saw that struggling wasn't the biggest battle.
Mm,
Me being abused, me reliving, thinking everybody I know, including family members, saying, "Oh, you're not gonna make it till you're 18. You're gonna die young. You're gonna get raped. They're gonna do this and that. You're so fast. You're not lovable." And one thing that kept me going, I didn't know God always, but I know I didn't want people to be right
mm,
about my wrong. So, in the midst of all of my stuff, I've always wanted to have an image. I remember sometimes having to try to get money for drugs, and the building is across the street, but me having to walk 6 blocks because I'm like, I'm not gonna get in no car where my kids could come out and see me, or I'm not gonna stand right here and panhandle for change where maybe some of their friends
mm.
can see me. So it was, I mean, if I had, if y'all had got taken away from me, because I saw a lot of that. The few friends that I did have, their children was took by the state. Some of them got molested. They were all over the place.
Yeah.
So my only coping mechanism was to keep you all in the house, school, and when you started going to church and started going to your best friend's house, I felt like I was losing you.
Mm.
I felt like if I had never sometimes I beat myself up for that today. I feel like I caused the strain between us because I let you get to see something that no one else got to see. Now, most mothers would think I did a good accomplishment giving them something, but I was so scared of what I couldn't give that somebody would, and you would see me like the rest of the world saw me. And I didn't want to be seen like that.
Yeah.
I just, I've always, and one more thing, back to having to wear your clothes. All those things was to try to make me look better. So when I had to go in front of people to represent you all or come up to the school, can you imagine how many times I was at the school door like, I can't go in. She gonna say this is her blouse. She's gonna say it.
And this is when I was in like fifth and sixth grade.
7th grade and stuff. But I had no clothes, so it was like either wear her clothes or go dirty or go with something of your brother's or something. And I'm telling you, the only thing besides you all was an image.
Mm.
I wanted to be smart. I wanted to achieve something. I wanted to show people, and my kids did it. God has a way. People still say, Rosie, you were addicted most of their lives. But Mia went to Spelman. I didn't have any money. My other son went to Central State. I had no money. My other son went to Langston University. I had no
I
money.
have to tell this joke as you're saying this
That's
because
true.
that's true. And I used to tell them when they went to school to take out all the loans possible in her name.
And right now, today, for a lady that never got to see her inside of a college, I got student loans.
She has student loans because she has 5 kids. And so they needed to go to school. And so I would try to help them register for school. I didn't take out the loans in her name because
Because you didn't want to be associated with that. I recall every time you say, Mom, don't put my name on nothing. Promise me, promise me. And I used to say, this girl really thinks she's getting away from me. I'm putting her name on everything I can.
No, you were that was when you were for CHA for, what is it called?
Housing,
Yeah, what is it
the
called now?
Section 8.
Section 8. So for Section 8, I was saying don't put because then will impact me at school. I was saying that because of that. That if you put my name on stuff, then they would say, "Well, you do have a your mom does have a this or she does have a that." But I remember trying to try to use what we could of what from you and helping them to be like, okay, if you want to go to college, here's some things that you need to do. You need to get out loans. Figure out how to have mom sign for your student loan so that you can go to school. But I want to go back to the clothes thing for a second. Do you know that I was living out my locker? I used to steal clothes from the clothing stores in high school, and I would put the clothes in my locker so that you wouldn't take them at home, and I would save them for field trips because we wore a uniform in high school, but I would just save the clothes in there, and I was stealing in dignity. I'd be like, "I'm going to get one outfit because we have an event coming up, and I'm going to go steal that from the store." I would walk in and nobody would expect me to be stealing, but I would steal clothes for my events, and I would say if I wanted to keep these clothes, then I needed to keep them in my locker, and so whenever there was something coming up, I would tell my friends, "Oh, I need to go back to the school. I need to go to my locker, see if the school is still open because my clothes are at the school." And the moment I brought them home, I knew.
I didn't know that. It's probably a good thing you were able to keep that from me because I would have been spanking you still.
Not
Be-
spanking.
because I took pride in trying to know what you all did. And, like you said, sometimes I wasn't there, but I always set ground rules. Don't go outside. Don't open my door. Don't answer the door. And I had brained that in you all for so long. But back to your question, next, if you ever need to help your siblings again, give them your dad's information.
Got it. Done.